Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is D Car Lady coming at you. All right. I just want to go ahead and give my honest review of Ad Boost because they have actually added on these restaurant vouchers, okay, that you can give. We already know they give out the unlimited vacations, that you can give them out to your customers, right? Well, now they have where you can give out an unlimited amount of restaurant vouchers, right? So I wanted to go ahead and give you my honest review on those. I did take advantage of two of those vouchers. Excuse me, one voucher, but two different restaurants because I wanted to go ahead and kind of see what it's all about before I decided to offer that to my customers. Because at the end of the day, even though things may be cheap or free or whatever the case may be, you don't want to kind of feel like you're pawning something off on your customer, right? Because you want your customer to enjoy themselves, enjoy any incentive that you give them, so that way they will do business with you in the future. Because I mean, let's face it, it's a representation of you. It says something about yourself, about based upon the type of incentive that you give to your customer, right? You give them something crappy, then that pretty much says you're probably a crappy business person. So anyway, I'm going to give you my honest review of that. So to do that, I'm going to share my screen because I'm going to show you the vouchers that I used for a couple of the restaurants that I went to, tell you how the process, whether it was difficult or whatever, and we're going to see what we come up with at the end of the video. So just watch, all right? So let's go ahead. Let me share my screen with you. All right. So I'm going to go over here now to do the vouchers. When you sign up and everything, it's going to eventually send you to Dining Advantage, right? All right. So over at Dining Advantage, all right, you can choose, the offers that you want to take advantage of. So let me go here, and you're going to choose it by zip code or city or state, but I just did zip code. So let me put in the first zip code right here. All right. I'm going to show you guys a couple things. All right. This is one zip code that I used that was in Raleigh, North Carolina, because I was down there not too long ago. So I just looked on here. First, you want to look at the deals, and I'll just show you real quick like how it works so you understand why it says pay $1, this and that. Well, the voucher that I actually have is a $100 voucher, is the one that I bought. The activation fee, $7.95 is what I paid for the whole $100 voucher, right? So the way it works is when you come and you choose a restaurant, like I chose Gateway as one of the restaurants I chose right here. All right. Now, the way that I chose it, for one, I had been to Gateway before, so I knew the food was good. I said, all right, that's good, right? So the way it works is it says you pay $2, right? What happens is if you have that $100 voucher, it's going to deduct $2 from that $100, right? Off of that voucher. So that will leave you with a balance of $98 that you can still use on that voucher. So even though it says pay $2, because we have the vouchers, it's not actually paying $2. It's actually, think of it like a credit, taking 2 of the credits off of your 100 credits. Think of it like that. Now, other people, I guess, if they don't have a voucher, then I guess they got to really pay $2 in cash. So, but with Ad Boost, we don't. So, okay, that's a plus. So let's, see what we got, though. Let's see what we got. Now, this particular one right here that I chose, it says enjoy 1 free entree when a second entree of equal or greater value is chosen. So I just click view details, and this will give you if it's any other details about it. Right now, this is a detail right here, $8 max value. All right, you want to be aware of that if it has a max value, because let's say if you go there and everything costs like $20, then that's not so good. Now, is it saying that's how the coupon or voucher, excuse me, is only good for $8 max. Now, on this particular restaurant that I went to, I went to this one, right? This particular restaurant I went to, I found that the entree, it says 1 free entree. The entree is actually the meal itself, right? So, okay, all right, that's fine, because I asked the lady, she said, yeah, the entrees are the actual meal. It's the whole meal, meaning you order 1 meal, and then in this case, you get the second meal free as long as it is equal, or greater value than the one that you purchased. So with that being said, their meals cost, it was $8.95. Okay, don't quote me on the 95, but I'm pretty sure it was 95 cents. $8.95. All right. Now, so this had a max value of $8. You see it right there? $8 is the max, right? So that means that I had a leftover amount of 95 cents. So what I had to wind up doing is, you have to pay for 1 entree, which is $8.95. All right, let me show you on my calculator right here. So, That way you understand. All right. So you have to pay for one, which is $8.95, right? And then I had to pay the other 95 cents for the other meal, because remember, it's a max of $8. So that means basically it takes $8 off of that bill. So I had to pay the other 95 cents. So plus 95 cents. All right. Now I did ask the woman, I asked the, it was a gentleman, excuse me. I asked the gentleman, I said, oh, well, it says, that it's buy one, get one free. And he just said, this is what he said, hey, we told them to change it. When he said them, he's not talking about Ad Boost. He's probably talking about whoever runs Dining Advantage, whoever does that. He said, we told them a long time ago to change that. It's been over a year and they didn't change it. Okay, cool. I did inquire though, and that's what he said. So, all right, cool. It is what it is. So I paid $9.90 plus, of course, the tax that's in the area there. So you got to pay tax regardless. So I wound up paying $9.90, but I got 2 meals. Now, the way that worked out for me, because I rode Dolo a lot, by myself. So with that being said, if you're going by yourself, then you want to be prepared for, basically food for the next day, right? So even though I got 2 meals or whatever, I ate one, that day, and then I pretty much had the other one, for the next day. That's just me. I have absolutely no problem with eating leftovers, okay? Absolutely no problem. But if for whatever reason you're like, well, I don't want to eat it the next day, then you need to bring somebody with you, okay? I mean, it's really that simple. But this is how that one went, So, I mean, I wasn't bummed out. I'm not going to tell you I was bummed out that I had to pay, the other 95 cents, but I was surprised. That's all I say. I was surprised because it said, get one, buy one entree, and then you get the other entree free, but at the end of the day, 95 cents, it was not a deal breaker on it, but just giving you my my honest feedback on that. So what I would say to combat that, for one, make sure you open it up so you can see where it says $8 max value, so exactly what the details are ahead of time. And then what you may want to do is just actually Google that company, that restaurant that you choose, Google it and see what the prices are right before you get there. And so that way you can decide, like in the event, like you're like, well, I was only going to go to that restaurant if I didn't have to pay anything extra other than, just for that meal. So that way you'll know then, well, should you go or should you not? Me personally, like I said, I've already been to Gateway before, as I used to reside in Raleigh. So I've been there multiple times and I already knew the food was good. So it didn't really matter. It's a smaller restaurant and I really hadn't thought about it, hadn't thought about Gateway. So having the voucher just, kind of reminded me about it, really. It was like, oh yeah, I hadn't been to Gateway in a while. So, for me, because I had been there, it's like, I would have went to Gateway anyway because I like the food, right? But so it was fine for me. All right. So now I'm going to show you another one. Like I said, that's just, how that situation went. Oh, and as far as like people were like, oh, well, how did it go? How did you redeem it? I actually didn't use the app. I just took my phone and I pulled, the website up like it's up now on my computer, but I just put it up on my phone and just showed it to them on my phone. And there's an option that you can redeem it on your phone. I mean, it was real simple. So I didn't use the app, but, I just didn't want to use the space on my phone. So I just pulled it up just on the website itself and I showed it to them. Honestly, I don't even know if they wrote down like, because there is a redemption code. I don't even know if they wrote down a redemption code. So how do they know I actually redeemed it? I don't know. All I know is I did redeem it, for the record, I did redeem it. But I'm just saying they didn't write down the code. So I got my food, so I was fine. All right. Now there's another one that I did, so I could give you my honest review on that one as well, on that, experience. That one was in South Carolina. That was in South Carolina. So let me go and change locations and put a different zip code. Let's see if I can pull that up. Actually, I could have did that another way too, but we'll do it this way. All right. So that one I went to was another small restaurant as well. It's called the Deli Say No More. That's the name of it. I'm just saying, don't shoot the messenger. All right. So right here it says you pay $1. Once again, that dollar means it takes it from your $100 voucher credit, right? So it took $1 worth of credit from that to use that. And this one also was a BOGO, buy one get one, right? So once you open it up, this one actually says the word BOGO, right? I get one complimentary menu item, a second menu item of equal or a greater value is purchased. So when I went to this particular restaurant, you know, their menu item was pretty much anything on the menu. So it was their combination, you know, plates or whatever, you know. So it was around breakfast time. I like breakfast anytime. So it was around breakfast time that I went. So I got the fish and shrimp. Excuse me. I got the fish and grits. That was a plate by itself. It was $8. It was $8. It was $8. It wasn't 8 even. It might have been like $8.95, but it was like around $8. Like honestly, it was around $8, which was fine, you know, for like if I would have went into that restaurant and for the grits and shrimp and grits or whatever, and they were like, oh, it's $8 for that plate, that would have been fine. Like it wasn't like it was overpriced or anything to compensate, you know, for any coupons they have out there, right? Or any vouchers they have out there. So that's what it was. And at that restaurant, they did not have a max value, you know, here. It was basically whichever one is the cheaper one is the one you're going to get free. The cheaper one is the one you're going to get free. Of course, you're going to pay for the higher one, you get the cheaper one free. So I wound up getting the shrimp and grits, and then I wound up getting the fish and grits. Yeah, I like grits. Okay. So that's what I got. Once again, I had one for that day and one for the next day. But like I said, if you're going with someone, then, you know, there you go. But I ride Dolo a lot, so that's how I did it. So with that being said, it's like the second meal that I got, which was the lesser meal that I got for free, was $7, right? So basically that one, basically I saved $7, all right, because I got that for free. Like I said, they didn't have a max or anything, and that one, I went. The lady wasn't 100% sure how to redeem it on the phone. She said most people bring them in, you know, but she didn't give me a hard time. Neither one of them gave me a hard time. She didn't give me a hard time or nothing. She said, well, I'm not sure how to redeem it or whatever. And I said, well, it says here, and I showed her on the phone. I said, it says here that all I have to do is press this to redeem it. She said, okay, all right. She said, okay, well, let me go ahead and make your food. She made the food. And then I said, hey, do you need to see a code? And she said, oh, no, I just saw that you have it, right? So once again, technically, I might have didn't even have to hit the code, you know, the redeem situation. I don't know, you know, just saying, I don't know. But nobody wrote down any numbers or anything, but I redeemed mine, right? But it only cost $1 credit to get it. And, you know, and like I said, at both places, the process was easy. It's just a matter of reading if there is fine print, you know, if it has a max value, reading the max value and looking to see how much something costs on their menu, you know, before you go, if that's like a deal breaker for you type situation. And I'll show you, you know, another thing that I'm talking about, so that way you can understand. All right. So let's say we go back. And let's say we're going to look for a restaurant up in Raleigh, right? Because I want you to be able to see for yourself if this is something, if you find value in it or not, right? Now, I'm going to show you real quick on the screen, all right? And these are all the restaurants that are in this particular zip code that I chose, which is Raleigh, North Carolina, right? Because I'm pretty familiar with that. So you see that most of the stuff is $1 or $2 credit, most of the stuff. Now, there are some that get higher, right? Now, the stuff that I looked at, the type of restaurants that I looked at that I would have wanted to take advantage of is like the $1 and $2 range. Now, these over here, like I've never even been there type situation, but this one's a $5 credit. It is what it is, right? So the type of restaurants that I would have chosen, you know, to eat at, you know, even if I didn't have this voucher, would have been the ones that are the $1 and $2 situations. It seemed to be that they were the smaller restaurants. That's how it seemed to be. But then again, Remington Grill is not small and theirs is only $2. So I'm going to show you how this kind of adds up, because a lot of times people can't really do, I'm not going to say they can't, they really don't do the math. So they're like, I got to pay $7.95 activation fee just to get, you know, discount. Well, let's add it up. If assuming that the type of restaurants that you would like to go to yourself are the ones that fall into the $1 and $2 range, like this is one, I like Mexican food, boom. Boom. I would go to both of these restaurants here. I would actually go to Remington Grill too, even though that's not a Mexican restaurant. I like Remington Grill. So I like these restaurants, right? So then let's do a little math. All right, let's do a little math. Let me erase this off, right? So if you have a $100 voucher, right? Then, and let's say the highest, the average that you choose is a $2 pay situation where you have to pay $2. You take off $2 credit, right? Then that means you have 50, right, visits. you know, and this, like I said, this is assuming that's an average of $2, and a lot of them are $2 and $1. So that means you have 50 visits that you can go, right? All right, so if you can go to these places 50 times, right, to these different places 50 times, right, then if it costs you $7.95 to be able to have this discount, then how much is it for each discount? So let's actually erase that, because it's $7.95, right? And that's going to be divided by, because this is just, you know, the equation for it, divided by 50, right? So basically what this is saying is for every 50 visits, it's going to cost you $7.95 to be able to save on that. So how much is it really costing you to save? Let's talk. Do the math. 0.159. Let's just go on and round it up to 16 cents. 16 cents. Okay. I don't know about you guys, but I probably got, I know I have 16 cents like under the cushion somewhere, or I mean in the car. 16 cents. Yeah, that's nothing. So 16 cents, right? That's basically what it will cost you using these numbers, and these are realistic numbers. Using these numbers, what it will cost you for the savings. You say, well, how much am I really saving? Well, on the two examples I just gave you, one of them was a $7 meal that I got for free. So basically it cost me 16 cents to get a $7 meal. So let's go ahead and look at that. $7 meal minus 16 cents. All right. So $6.84 is what I saved on that particular visit using this scenario, which is a realistic scenario. All right. On the other one, I saved $8 because remember that one had the little overage or whatever. So I saved $8 because it was a max of $8. So $8 minus 16 cents, right? Minus 16 cents. So on that one, I saved $7.84. And once again, like I said, these are realistic numbers. I mean, numbers don't lie, right? It is what it is. So I saved $7.84 on one, right? And then on the other one, I forgot what I said, but it was somewhere around like $6, right? I forgot what I said, but it's okay. You get in the picture. So somewhere around $13 is what I saved. Now, mind you, that's $13.84 that I saved, already accounting for the fact that I'm paying 16 cents per, which is the $7.95. So even if you say, well, what if I don't go 50 times? What if I just want to eat twice? Well, even if I just use it twice, and even, you know, and I have all, you know, $97 worth of credit left, right? Even if I only use it twice, even if $13.84 that I saved, right? And I spent $7.95. So I'm still up, y'all. I'm still up. Yeah, I did that wrong. Hold on. $7.95. Let me go back. $13.84. $13.84. All right. Why I keep not putting the decimal? We're gonna do this again. $13.84. $13.84. Right? Minus my $7.95. 7.95. Right? All right. So I'm still up $5.89. That's only using it twice. And I still have $97 worth of credit in there. Like I said, I only use it twice, and I'm up $5.89. That's using it twice. So imagine if you actually, you know, do this and use this 50 times, or even if you just use it 10 times. I mean, come on. This is what you're dealing with right here. Now, and I want to show you one more thing too, right? This is what I would do if I was concerned with, you know, well, it says I can save this, or, you know, I only have to give this amount of credit, and I'm going to be able to get this free thing, but it says a max of $6 or whatever, right? So this is what I would do. So I'm going to just tell you. Like, for instance, this restaurant right here, Los Cuates. Okay, I messed that up. Oh, wow, commission coming, but that's cool. All right. So anyway, so this right here, I would hit the details. All right. Now this one says a max of $6, right? And it costs you $2 credit, right? Remember, we already did the math as if we're doing all of these at $2 credit, and it's still 16 cents, right? So $6 max. So this is what I would do. I would just look at this restaurant, Los Cuates Mexican restaurant. You see, I have it up in the tab. I would look it up. I would look at their menu, right? If I was concerned with the fact that, oh, if I get there and I have to pay anything extra, I don't want it, right? If that was your concern, you look up the menu. Now, you see here on this particular one that a lot of the menu is above $6. Is it a lot above $6? No, but I'm just saying it's above. So you have $6.49. So this one right here would be an additional 49 cents. You got this one right here, $7.49. This one right here would be an additional $1.49. So this is what I would do if I was concerned about any overage amount. You would just go, just look up the restaurant and see, hey, I don't want to, you know, do I want to go over there? You know, now let's say if I went over here and I saw all these prices over here were like $20. I'm like, oh no, that's not a deal. But I mean, we're talking about an additional 69 cents in, you know, in some cases, you know, additional $1.49 in some cases, you know, so this is what you want to look at, you know, when you're deciding what you want to do. So with that being said, let me go back to my account real quick. And it shows that I actually took those two offers right there, right? But also it shows how much credit you have left in here too. All right, let me move that right here. You see this balance? So that lets you know I only used $3, 3 of the credit of the $100 situation, right? Another thing to point out, the voucher itself, that $100 voucher itself, look at the expiration date. January 31st, 2029. Well, it's 2018, so that's like, yeah, 10 years or whatever. So the point of the matter is you don't have to eat all this food in a year. You don't have to eat all this food in 2 years. You don't have to eat all this food in 3 years. I mean, you know, so don't worry about, oh, well, if I get, it's a whole $100, because I heard some people say that like, oh, it's such a, you know, it's a whole $100 voucher. I should be able to get a $20 voucher. Dude, you got plenty of time. You have time to give someone else some food, right? Take a buddy with you. You know what I'm saying? You got plenty of time. You're not going to run out of time, you know, with the voucher itself on doing that situation. So let me go ahead and bring you back to me. All right. So at the end of the day, my diagnosis, right? Like I'm diagnosing a problem. My honest opinion and honest review of the restaurant vouchers is I would give it a 2 big thumbs up. Like I said, numbers don't lie. Look, men lie, women lie, babies lie too, right? But numbers don't lie. So, you know, at the end of the day, you're going to save, you're going to win. The more you use it, you're going to win even more. So just use it. Just use it. Give it out to your customers. I mean, if your business cannot afford to absorb a $7.95 situation to whereas you want to pay for it for your customers, if you really honestly truly cannot afford to absorb a $7.95 fee, you might be in the wrong business, and that's fine. You know, it happens, but then you hit up D. Carly and I'll put you onto a better business. But anyway, look, this is the end of my honest review. If you're watching this on YouTube, please, if you don't mind, go ahead and share this and subscribe to my video. Also, if you want to be able to offer these into your business, not just, you know, the restaurant vouchers, but the vacations as well, because AdBoost has it all, right? Go ahead and click the link below. It's going to be a link where you can go ahead and get signed up for that. So that way you can get, you know, start making more sales and everything, and, you know, send yourself on a vacation, a couple of them, you know, and also get yourself some food. So other than that, I'm out, guys. This is D. Car Lady, and thank you for joining me. Peace.